This Christmas, Everybody Wins Live is giving you a chance to win a gift of a lifetime. A brand new fully deeded home. From November 21st to December 26th, every time you play $10 or more, you're one step closer to the keys to your future home. More play means more entries and more chances to win big. Play in-store or online today. This holiday, go beyond winning. Go home for the holidays, only with Everybody Wins Live. Remember to game responsibly.
Hey y'all, this is Jonquel Jones.
This is Mike Strong with the Indianapolis Colts.
Yo, it's your boy Buddy Hill. This is Jazz the Kid Chisholm.
Klay Thompson of the Golden State Warriors.
And you are logged into
10th year seniors.
10th year seniors.
10th year seniors.
10th year seniors.
You're logged in with 10 year senior.
You dig?
Sure we good. Test. 1, 2.
Level check, mic test.
Can you stop playing videos when we try to do the show?
Phone down. Phone. I just gotta check the work line.
I am leaving all of this in.
Okay. Sorry.
Check
All
the
right.
work line.
All right,
Yeah.
we good.
Is the work line good?
Yeah.
Is are any of the buildings burning now?
No buildings burning down. We good. I had to check this call just now.
Because it's been a very big week for you guys.
I mean, if you say it like that, yes. It's
we're
next week
going-
is gonna be a bigger week, but we'll
We're
get
going
to
to
that.
talk about a lot of that on the show. Oh, by the way, yeah, we back. Welcome to the Accredited, powered by 10th year seniors here on Guardian Radio 96.9. I'm Ronaldo, and if you have any idea what the Michael Jordan flu game was, if you are fiending for nostalgia, this is the performance you're getting from me right now, because I am on my wit's end. I am at my
I wish
last.
people could see you right now because they don't understand the whole. They saw Michael Jordan. Everybody draping towels over him, Gatorade.
Yeah.
Now looks exactly like that, but sub the Gatorade out for water, and I think he has some sort of peanuts or something.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah.
Always have legumes at hand.
Oh, pause.
I
Pause.
purposely said legumes, so I didn't say the other thing.
Okay,
that's
fair point.
pause-worthy. But I'm playing hurt because my public means that much to me, and because this is the first show of the new year. Welcome to 2026, guys, if nobody else said it to you yet.
We officially made it. I'm Ricardo, and I'm happy that we're finally back to the audience.
This is the Accredited. Of course, it is brought to you by Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook, the biggest, the best sportsbook. The opportunity for you to play and win big. You spent a lot of money over the holidays. Time to get that lick back, because we all know how January goes. And after you spend all that Christmas money making everybody else happy, you end up kind of sad.
Yeah, this week for January. Try and find a way to get through.
Is it?
It's like I checked the calendar, it's January 9th, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, it felt like 2 weeks already gone in January.
Yeah.
You know how long ago Christmas was?
I disagree, because as an adult, this stuff seems like it blows by. It feels like 2025 went in 3 weeks.
Oh, no, it did. It did. 2025 went by really, really quick. But coming into 2026, I feel like we done been here a month, and it's only been 9 days.
It's going to be a big 2026 for a lot of our athletes out there. We have a lot that we want to get to, but the person that I think when we did our top 10 countdown of stories for 2025, he finished number 2, and that's Jazz Chisholm Jr. But he's the first one to really get going in 2026. I'm going to be clearing my throat a lot on this, by the way. And if I sound raspy, I apologize, but I'm fighting through it because I value the audience so much.
So he wasn't joking with the flu game. He's battling.
No, I really am. You can describe the visual to them if you want.
Yeah, I don't understand whatever this flu is going around. You're like the 18th person that got it, and I'm like, bro, where y'all getting this from? Like, who packaging it? Who delivering it to y'all?
So the flu is back, because for a few years the flu didn't exist and you only had one thing.
Yeah,
but now it's the flu.
Yeah, that's what everybody said. It's got to be something different. Got to be something different.
Do I have the strain?
Because the way y'all look at you wrapped up.
I am wrapped in a blanket as we record right now.
It's crazy work. But go ahead.
But I didn't get COVID while it was happening during the pandemic, and I always thought the cure was in me.
You gotta pause that.
Why?
You gotta pause that.
I didn't get it.
You didn't get COVID at all?
No.
You never got COVID?
I never got COVID.
Oh, look at life. Look at life. And this is the penance. You're now wrapped up. Everybody just
But
says.
this is the flu. This is different. The cure is in me.
Oh, if you say so, I got you.
Anyway, wow. Anyway, so Jazz Chisholm begins 2026 with the breaking news that happened Friday morning. The Yankees, well, he wasn't the only Yankee, but The Yankees decided that arbitration is not going to be for any of our guys. We just want to lock everybody in. For the most part, we want to run a lot of the same team back. And so there were 6 Yankee players that were up for arbitration, and they decided to lock everybody in for an additional year. Jazz, the biggest deal out of those, he gets a 10.2, I want to say it was. I'm going to verify. But anyway,
10.2.
In the area of $10 million to avoid arbitration. And we knew after the 30-30 season, the big payday was going to come at some point.
Yeah.
But just him getting 10 mil for a year, what was your thoughts when you first saw this story broke?
Well, we saw all the stories about Jazz over the holiday season. Let's not.
We're going to
Let's
get to
not
that.
slide past that.
We're
But
not sliding past it.
to see him hop into 2026 and seeing the Yankees. I mean, for those that don't understand arbitration,
Yeah,
there's a bigger negotiation ongoing that's going to take us into the next MLB season. Maybe towards the end of the next season, you're going to hear the announcement of a big deal. But right now, to lock it down and continue that opportunity to, avoid arbitration, you have a situation where they agree to a $10 million deal and they're not able to get through the season and figure things out along the way.
Yeah, so if think of it like, if you're more familiar with football, it's kind of like how the franchise tag works,
Yeah.
right? So they lock you in for a year and you kind of kick the can down the road on the big payday.
Yeah.
The long-term contract, everybody knows it's on the way. When the current deal is expired, that's when it's going to have to take place. But the Yankees, and this Jazz is no stranger to arbitration. He's been there before with the Marlins. Obviously, his stature in the game has grown.
Definitely.
Having the 30-30 season was the thing that really did it. Because I think him, and he was still injured for about a month of the season, but him just showing the ability to play more, to be on the field for over 100 games, and then you see what those numbers look like. And so, obviously, teams are going to extrapolate that and say, what is this going to look like if he plays even more time? And I think that's why, out of all the Yankees up for arbitration, he was the one that got the biggest deal.
Right. And let's not play around with the idea. The Yankees are a World Series caliber team. So to have a World Series caliber,
Since y'all took Soto.
Nah. Because you see, we ain't do nothing with him. They clearly had a plan for him.
Well, I mean,
but it is what it is.
That's the Yankees.
But let's not make a mistake. The Yankees are a World Series caliber team. Don't mind what they doing out in LA, making you feel like teams far removed from them. The Yankees are pretty close to what the Dodgers is. They are. I'm not even a Yankee fan. Don't
Who
make me
is
do it.
close to what the Dodgers are doing?
Yes, there is a couple of notches between the rest of the league and the LA Dodgers. But the Yankees are capable of making a World Series run. So to see a team at that caliber make Jazz a priority, you understand the talent just based on that fact alone.
And this is going to be, so this deal is going to be the final season before he can potentially hit free agency. And it would be interesting to see what Jazz would demand on an open market. But make no mistake about it. He has to have a season like he did last year. There cannot be a regression, because now you're at the point where if you have another 30-30 season or even better, it's generational wealth that you're looking at.
Yeah,
like at minimum, I think he's staring at $200 million in the face.
You make it undeniable at that point. So this is that season where they want to basically see, hey, if this is you, this is the kind of career we could expect from you. Let's see you do it again. And I hate to say it's a prove it year, but it's a year where Jazz is going to have to step up and say, no, this is consistently what you could get from me.
No, you're absolutely right. That's, for the most part, that's exactly what it is. When you have this deal for them to delay arbitration, they are saying, yes, we are still invested. Yes, we still want to be locked in. But at the same time, we want to just see a little more before we invest hundreds of millions of dollars. We need to see it happen for one more. Was this a fluke? Can you stay healthy again? Can you produce 30-30? Or, and this is the thing, and even having discussions with him in the offseason, Jazz has a level of delusional confidence that you need.
Delusion.
No, and I don't say this as a pejorative term, because VJ even used that phrase in his last press conference. You gotta have that to come from the Bahamas and to come from even the parts of the Bahamas that they came from to get to the top of sports. So when Jazz says he's going to do something at this point, you kind of just have to believe it. Because for somebody who was saying they go into the major leagues since, I don't know, 9-10 years old, and then it actually happened. So if he says, hey, I did 30-30, next step is 40-40,
Yeah.
Who are we to say, nah, too much dip on your chip?
Well, I'm definitely never going to use that phrase, but it's definitely not going to be me. I think Jazz has put himself in a position where you trust the game, you trust his development. You say to yourself, if this guy has the confidence that he could put up those sorts of numbers, I'm going to wait to see it.
The Yankees definitely ain't waiting to see it because they don't want him, and you said it right, they don't want him to hit the open market.
Yeah.
Because I think what he brings to New York is so much more than just the counting stats, just the numbers.
The energy.
The energy. And I think that's something that people kind of devalue, right? Because if you watch, I think he was so important to Judge. Just from a camaraderie standpoint.
Correct.
You have somebody in the clubhouse that's not afraid to express themselves.
And see, that's the thing. And I feel like we have to take a second to talk about this in the style of baseball that we're now seeing. When I came up, baseball was the button-up league. They
still want it to be that.
Right. But now you see this idea where when you have those kind of guys with that sort of personality, they become the battery for that locker room. We see it in Vlad Guerrero. All the things that he is going... The energy he brings at our clubhouse is what pushed Tampa Bay to what they were last season and basically the last 2 seasons.
Toronto.
Sorry, Toronto. I don't know why I say Tampa Bay, but Toronto. Why did I say Tampa Bay?
I don't know.
Anyway, but Toronto. You see Jazz being that kind of player for that clubhouse where persons look at him and expect that energy to drive them through a grueling baseball season, series after series. He's the kind of guy that steps up and tell everybody, hey, get your heads back in the game and keep that energy going.
I mean, and as simple as, and it seems simple, right? But even the way he dressed on the field, because people were like, this is the Yankees. This is the most buttoned-up franchise in the MLB. Jazz isn't going to fit there. Jazz came out right away, and he was wearing his alien-themed belts and the gloves and the leg guards and all of that and a lot of jewelry. And it was embraced by the Yankees. Hitting the home run with Aaron Judge's bat, going to the World Series the first year that he's there, the second year then having 30-30. So it seems like he's made for New York.
It's the swag. The Caribbean swag does really well in New York, and that team has lacked that for quite some time.
And like I said, because of what happened in the World Series the year prior, Aaron Judge was taking a whole lot of heat.
Yeah.
And then they lose Soto, right? Yeah. So you look around and you say...
I'm mad about that, though.
Yeah, you ain't mad about that. But you look around and you say, who's the person to be excited about for the Yankees? And to me, it has to be Jazz.
It has to be. It's no if, ands, or buts about it. Jazz is quickly becoming the lifeblood of that team. As he goes, so does the energy the Yankees go. So I look for him to have not only a big season, but we could be looking at, you said 40-40. I think he could be a little higher than that.
I think if he goes 40-40, how close would he be in the MVP conversation?
I wanted to say it just now.
No, he thinks he's going to be in the MVP conversation.
I want to be reserved because we know how
we shouldn't be.
I know how the American League is. There's a lot of competition.
The guy that's always the front runner is 2 lockers down from him.
Yeah, but he's an MVP caliber player for a different reason. That sort of power can't be matched. Jazz is that all-around guy. I think he can get it done, but I think in the Yankee clubhouse, we know how politics plays in the major leagues. I think Jazz has to be above and beyond to even be considered beyond Aaron Judge. If Jazz goes 40-40, I think somebody's still going to say, well, if Aaron Judge has maybe 60 home runs, you say to yourself,
And Aaron Judge seemed like he was trying to hit 400 last year.
10,000.
So that's also a thing.
Yeah, he's trying to go for 10,000. He's just so big. Pause.
My Lord. You brought it up, so obviously we have to get to it, right? And I'll tell you the first thought I had when I saw this story break across the wire is that, yes, y'all have to talk about him for baseball reasons and actually realize why he's famous and why you know him, right? Yeah. Because everybody out there had an opinion on his personal life in this offseason. No, we're getting into it right now.
I want the best for him.
Hold on. Let's set it up before we get into it. Because I wouldn't even say we all do, because some of the things that I heard, and I hear it from a lot of the older generation. Anyway, some of the things that I hear, I don't know if everybody want the best for him. But Jazz went very public with his relationship. Jazz got engaged over the holidays. And listen, these are one of the things, in this age of fame, this is the thing that tracks.
Yeah.
this is the thing that either gets people's Q rating all the way up or all the way down. So he gets engaged. You saw a lot of what he did over the course of the holiday season, and there's always something about Jazz, right? Because he will tell you exactly how he feels.
Right.
And we've seen it at the highest level, whether it's in the clubhouse after a game, right or wrong, he's going to tell you how he feels, right? And I saw him on social media responding to a lot of the things
A little too much.
were saying.
I understand his frustration and I understand
Yes.
his approach, but you gotta step aside, bro. You gotta leave that be. You gotta allow the blog sphere, you gotta allow social media to do its thing, and just trust yourself that you're making the best decision. I didn't feel like he needed to get into all of that.
No, absolutely not. And also, you got to remember, in a week or two, I'm getting $10 million.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I mean? So that would change. And look, when people say things about your significant other and someone you love, that is a trigger for anyone.
Yeah.
That's a trigger for anyone. But this is the world that we live in, right? If you are someone that's famous, that's a lot different than just being rich. When you are famous and you are in the public eye, literally everything you do is scrutinized.
That is true.
When you are an athlete,
Ask Tom Brady.
when you are a black athlete in America, everything you do is placed even under a further microscope.
Yeah.
So if you are going to be very public with your personal life, you have to expect that there is going to be opinions formed on it everywhere. And places that had nothing to do with baseball were sharing the fact that Jazz was engaged, and it created a lightning rod.
Yeah. Yeah. I see.
I love watching the wheel spin in your head, you trying to tiptoe around
Because
this.
I don't want to bring the emotions into it. I feel like he, as a young black man, he made a decision.
Yeah.
Happy for you, do what you got to do. But understand, no matter what you do, simply again, as a young black man, there's going to be some sort of drawback in the conversation about it. I wish he did just leave it be.
Yes.
Because I saw way too many internet uncles and aunties chiming in. The thing that blew my mind is the females. I didn't understand if it was just a jealousy thing or if it was a situation where like you actually cared for the dude. It was just a wild scenario.
No, and we know, Carter, we know this about athletes. We know this about famous people. These people don't actually care about their lives.
But the way, like the commentary, the style of the commentary. Oh, if I was it, I'm like, but yeah, you ain't know him like that. You shouldn't care that much. Like this should not matter to you. Or to all, the Bahamian there, or to all the people he could have been. And I'm like, bro, I know, like, you should not care as the general public. That should not matter to you that much. Now, if it does not go the way we all want it to go or we expect it to go, yeah, you could say your little 2 cents, but you ain't got to try and tear the man down.
But they are just lying in the tall grass and waiting. Have you ever seen a lion? You see videos of a lioness hunt?
Yes.
Where they just waiting in the grass? That is what these people are doing. And so they waiting for him to mess up. They waiting for his production to go down, because what's more important to people than actually seeing happiness is to be able to say that they're right.
Yeah.
And to be able to say, I told you so. And we
that's-
have to root so hard against that.
And that's the part that pisses me off the most, because I feel like everybody has made like actual mid-sized notebooks. Like I've
brought back the Milo Butler
yes,
notebooks.
like they just write lines waiting for the day that this goes live, so they could pull it and be like, "See, I didn't tell." Bro, y'all gotta calm down. Y'all gotta calm down. This is a young dude experiencing life, enjoying life. He has the ability, because of the work that he's put in to make it this far in life, to enjoy life as best as possible. Allow him the space to do that, bro. Some of y'all make these kinds of, and I ain't gonna call it a mistake, some of y'all make these sorts of decisions with nothing to show for it.
Hey, always remember Paid in Full. Always remember Cameron talking to Wood Harris. And we can't say the full quote on air, but hey, every day, B.
I just gotta say, dudes get shot every day.
Every day, B. Like, so my thing is, whether it works out or not, hey, this out there happening every day, B. Jazz ain't no different than anybody else because he getting paid millions to play baseball. So, again, I want him to do better just to stave off the crowd with the pitchforks that are hoping that it goes the opposite
Now, let me
way.
just say on the record.
Yes.
I don't know how it's gonna go. I'm just saying, no matter how it goes,
Yeah.
understand that this
God,
is just.
none of us know how it's gonna go. We don't know how it's gonna go for people outside the studios right now, people driving every day.
But
They just ain't in the public eye like him.
Yeah, that's true. But statistics tell us we know how it's gonna go. Statistics tell us Just had us about to go. But mom, Annie, and sisters, allow my boy to live, man.
Y'all gotta allow my boy to live. And if y'all do anything, I hope this actually heightens people's awareness of the Yankees, heightens their awareness of
Oh, yeah,
baseball.
we gotta bring it back to sports.
Yeah, bring it back to sports. I hope it makes them follow closely. Because I'll tell you one thing, and we saw it work for Floyd Mayweather's entire career. We saw it work for Conor McGregor, where he didn't even have to have a whole career. Even if you're watching just to hate watch, even if you're watching just to see the wheels fall off,
I'll say it like this. It's not the same, but we saw what Taylor Swift did for Travis Kelce.
Oh, yeah.
It put him in a different space for different eyes to be on him. Praying the same for Jazz. I made different environments here, Taylor Swift, but praying the same for Jazz.
I'll simply say this, and I want us to get off of it after this point. I will say this. The things you need to be good at reality TV are the opposite of what you need to be good at baseball.
Thanos had to collect the stone symmetry. He collected the stones. It's the voice. It's the power stone right there.
Game On Bahamas, the all-new Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook, is where sports fans turn picks into play. From football to basketball and everything in between, we've got the odds that move with the game. It's fast, it's fun, it's built for players who know their stuff. So grab your picks, lock in your parlay, and feel the win with Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook. Some fans watch, real fans play. Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook turns every match, every shot, every score into your moment. The better you know the game, the better you play. Now with smarter features and a bigger experience, Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook, built for players who live the game. Some fans watch, real fans play. Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook turns every match, every shot, every score into your moment. The better you know the game, the better you play. Now with smarter features and a bigger experience, Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook, built for players who live the game. I want us to switch to some NBA topics now, since we're on the idea of pro sports. I want us to talk about our NBA guys. And I think for Bahamas basketball, you got to start with... I always want to begin these convos with VJ, because I think for the first time, the last game that Philadelphia played is the first game this season where everybody was healthy. And by everybody, I mean the big four, because I'm including VJ in this, right?
You have to, but...
Joel Embiid looks healthy again. Well, healthier.
He
just had his first dunk of the season, which is insane.
You can tell it might be the last.
No, it ain't gonna be the last.
Boy, them knees look a little shaky
But
out
he's
there,
getting... Gato, look at his numbers over the last 6. He's getting progressively better. So,
which is true. And apologies to Paul George.
Yeah.
Apologies to Paul George. I thought you was done, my boy.
No.
I thought you, PG, I thought you was out there.
So, and this was the first time that Paul George, and they were playing the Wizards, but this was the first time that Embiid, Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, and VJ were on the court together for that length of time, and it looked like an Eastern Conference contender.
That look like Eastern Conference Finals right there.
And Paul George, it's so funny that you mentioned that, but he pretty much said in the press conference that, I know what my role is here. I know who this team belongs to.
There we go.
I know that this is there's a pecking order. Tyrese, Joel. I know my job is to play defense, and PG said I can still be elite at that.
Yeah.
So when you have somebody that's been to the heights that he has, and he's pretty much said, I can fit into this.
So I didn't see the press conference live. I saw like the the quotes from it.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ, if this is Paul George on, we need to trade for him. LA, go get that boy.
No.
You gotta come on.
No, they had the opportunity years
Luka,
ago.
Paul George, Braun.
Okay.
We keep Austin.
We're not.
I'm just saying.
We're not going to.
We missed out on Trae Young.
Okay.
I just said.
Did you want Trae Young?
No, but we gotta grab something now.
I don't think you wanted Trae Young.
It's the Lakers. We gotta grab something.
He's another ball dominant person that doesn't play defense.
We ain't see you worrying with structure. You worrying with quality basketball. Leave
Yes,
that for the
that's
Spurs
how you win.
and Thunder.
They just won.
We want names. Throw Paul George in the mix.
Oh gosh. Okay. Anyway, so and then obviously, so the thing how we saw the season start for Philly was when PG and Embiid were out. So it was pretty much the VJ Maxey show. Then Quentin Grimes came by. Kelly Oubre was in there. So now you have everybody healthy. And of course, look, VJ's numbers are not going to be what Cooper Flag or Con Knippel's number is going to be because VJ is pretty much fourth in the pecking order.
Is it Knipple or Knuppel?
Knuppel? I think it's Knuppel.
I don't know why I thought it was Knuppel.
Tomato situation?
I guess.
I feel like all of his life, people have probably made fun of his name by saying Knuppel. I think it's Knuppel.
Apple?
You think it's Knuppel?
Like, if you remove the N, isn't it Apple?
I think it's Ipple.
Okay.
Con Knuppel. Anyway, now, but he's playing for Charlotte. So first, second option, whatever. Green light because in the end, winning doesn't really matter to that team. Same thing with Dallas right now and Cooper Flag. You saw AD just go out for the season. Kyrie still hasn't. This boy laugh. Kyrie still hasn't come back yet.
Why did it surprise him? Like I read like a lot of the reports coming out of Dallas, and I was like, AD, like, why was this breaking news? Like, why was it a shocker?
I feel so bad for him, man.
I do, but we know what's going to happen.
You saw the play?
Yes.
It looks so benign. It looks so benign and so regular. It looked like any other random play on a basketball court.
I blame one person and one person only.
Who?
Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley came up with the term street clothes. AD ain't never been the same.
But you know what was funny about that?
Go ahead.
He called them street clothes, and then it was like, during that time period, he played.
Yeah, he wanted to prove him, but Charles Barkley always had to say it in the back of his head, you know why I call them street clothes, right? And you just wait for the moment now. So his last couple of, his last year in particular with the Lakers, it was at a point where you expected those kinds of actions. Like you would see AD, and I always tell people, if he dunks the ball, I'm happy if he runs off. Because there's those moments where he walks up the court and just something happens with his body and his torn ACL, something. And like, bro, the eye injury was bad enough, but now this, Jesus Christ.
Funny that you would say that because I think it was VJ was the one who was like, whenever Joel goes down to the floor, I kind of hold my breath a
That's
bit.
what
because,
it is.
We don't know.
Anything.
But the thing that has stood out to me, and I think which has stood out to most people about VJ's rookie season, he makes all the winning plays down the stretch. Like he makes so many winning plays, whether it's a bucket, whether it's a rebound, whether it's a block, a steal, leads all rookies in steals, by the way. So a two-way player. Just this week alone, he has had a game where he's had career high assists, and a game later has had career high steals. So he's finding his way how to fit in, and it's a learning curve for him as a rookie, but he's finding his way where to fit in with the big dogs. And he may be a rookie, but they are going to need him if this team is going to make a run because he brings something that nobody else on the roster does.
And I like the fact that he has now, and shout out to Paul George. You could tell that Paul George has to a degree taken these young guys. It's hard to call Max, he's still a young guy, but he is. You got to give Paul George credit for looking at these young guys and saying, hey, I understand it's still youth in y'all, but I'm going to, try to guide you through the ways of a quality NBA player. And he's trying to direct him, and I like that. And I think VJ has been open to it. You see the development. You see him accept the role that I not only have to do it on the defensive end and what's left on the offensive end, pick up there as well. I got to respect that.
It makes me goes back to the preseason take, and it was looking shaky for a minute, but I ain't gonna lie. If you look around in the East, does anybody scare you in the East? Who instills confidence in the East? Because I feel like healthy Philadelphia can win this thing and go to the finals.
Yeah, because I thought Boston without Jason Tatum would have
I thought
played.
they were going to fall apart. They have not.
Shout out Jaylen Brown. Him and the hair dye has found a way to keep it together.
The Bucks are. I don't know if the Bucks are becoming a soap opera because one day Giannis wants out, and
just move on from him.
Yeah, they're not
just
gonna
move on.
The Cavs. Nobody's going to have confidence in the Cavs until they actually do it, and I think they have actually regressed as well. The last two seasons, we've seen them be elite for the regular season and fall out.
And
of
I
playoffs.
think this is why I'm not on the whole idea of them regressing. I think they just understand that we have nothing to prove in the regular season. Like the games that we can get, we get.
Oh no!
I just think in the playoffs we see a different Donovan Mitchell. He's enjoying his time with Coco right now, doing the sideline shenanigans.
I don't think he's the problem.
I don't think they have a problem. That's what I'm saying to you. No, I think they're gonna be fine.
Oh.
I think they're gonna be fine. I think in the playoffs we see a situation where Eastern Conference of the Sixers versus the Cavaliers is what I expect to see.
My thing is we've seen them win 60 games and it mean nothing.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They're just waiting for the playoffs. I feel that from them. Pause.
See, usually that happens with teams that have been elite and teams that have made a championship run. Like, I think of like the Spurs dynasty or, teams that have been there. That is something that's reserved for them.
Right.
I don't think teams that flame out in the first or second round usually say, hey, we just saving it.
They
for
look
the
at it and they
playoffs.
say to themselves, there's no Boston, there's no Indiana. What are we going to run up the score for?
To get the number 1 seed.
And compete against who? You're going to get there any which way. I think the Cavaliers are good. No need for panic. I think they're going to be good.
The Knicks,
They're the next.
same level of confidence in them. But this is the point. This is why I think it's wide open for Philadelphia.
Who's the coach?
Of the Knicks?
Yeah.
Who is the coach of the Knicks?
There we go. There we go. There we go. It's not Tom Thibodeau.
Who is the coach of the Knicks?
There we go. I have absolutely no trust in the Knicks right now. They look good. They play good. I just don't think they're going to. Now let's going to Google it.
Is it Mike Brown?
Yes, it is Mike.
Oh,
Yes, it is Mike.
I was completely lost on that.
Yeah, he and the guy less LeBron on the court. So you good. You good. Those were the 3 big dogs from last season. I think the Cavaliers look at it and say, Boston is down. Indiana is down. The Knicks are technically on the sidelines right now. We got time. They're going to get it together.
So VJ's not going to win Rookie of the Year, but he is in the best position to have
Bro,
a
we
run
got
of the
like
playoffs.
more than half of the season left. What you mean he's not going to win Rookie of the Year?
No, I just mean from the standpoint of we just described the pecking order in Philadelphia. It's going to be he's not going to be able to have the green light that Knipple and Cooper Flag has. AD just went down.
Look
Cooper
around
Flag's
the
going to
league.
be able to do whatever he wants.
Look around the league.
This is not a knock on him,
Okay, just making sure. I'm gonna be. I want us to be on the same page.
He can absolutely be the most impactful rookie, and I think he will. But this is also an award that's derived from stats,
Fair point.
derived from numbers. That's the only reason
I think it's
say
a
that.
2-horse race. Him and Cooper Flag. I think it's still enough basketball to go around. For him to
I
put
don't
up
know,
the kind
bro.
of
They
numbers.
love Knipple. I was worried about how he was going to fit into that locker room. I got to tell you.
Who? BJ?
No, Knipple.
Oh, okay.
That is a team that has LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges as the 2 top dogs, right? Think of that. And then Brandon Miller, who Google his past. So it's a lot. And then you have, Mid-Eastern, Midwestern, wherever Cooper Flag's from. Typical white guy going into that locker room.
Yeah.
But it's worked because he hits every 3 he makes. Let's go out west because there's a lot to talk about Bahamians out west. And all of it may not be great. I saw, who does Boogie Cousins work for? Is it Amazon Prime? Is it FanDuel? Maybe. But I saw he was talking about DeAndre Ayton.
It's Amazon.
Amazon,
Yeah.
right. So he was talking about the fact that Ayton's been somewhat vocal about touches. And why you laugh? Ayton's been vocal about touches. And Boogie Cousins, the irony of him saying this, they're never going to run plays for you. If you want touches, you got to get that off the rim. Be a dog on the boards,
Okay.
Fair.
Okay.
Fair.
And this is why it's
Fair.
funny.
Go ahead.
This is because that should be your mindset. Like, don't get me wrong. I've loved what Ayton has provided for the Lakers so far this season. That took me completely off guard because I'm like, what are you talking? Why would you think we would come down the league if it's not a Luka decision to say we're gonna run a play fake? What would make that possible?
It was a game where neither LeBron or Austin Reeves played.
Who would get him the ball? You want us to put the ball? The Lakers are never gonna run a play, give the ball to Andre at the free throw line. He's not that kind of center. Yes, he could hit a random jump shot every now and again. In fact, he's pretty good from 10 and out. I'm sorry, from 10 and in. But ain't nobody can run no play for you, big dog. Big dog. We talk about it preseason. Come on, like rebound, dunk the ball. Rebound, get open in the post. That's your job.
He has done, and listen, there are certain guys that because of the media, they just become, Jazz. It's funny enough that Jazz is one of them when we started with him. I think DeAndre Ayton's another one of them where they are this lightning rod for negative attention.
Yeah,
Right?
Who else you gonna pick on the Lakers team?
No, I understand that, and I hope that he knew that's what he was going to walk into when he went there. But JJ Redick has sung his praises, saying he's done exactly what the team needed. Right?
Right.
He has been what this team needed.
And I love the fact that JJ has been that kind of coach for DA. I must admit that. I've loved the relationship that they've developed. So when this whole criticism thing popped up, I think you could watch in the next game. Well, you watched in the next game where JJ actually gave him a bit of a setup. You saw him run plays between him and Luka, that pick and roll. You understand that it's there. But from the standpoint of you think the Lakers are going to devote 20 or 30% of their offense for you, that's a big ask.
Okay, but this is my thing, right? And especially for Boogie Cousins to say this, right? Like, you don't think everybody at this level has an ego? You don't think that this man was the number one pick in the draft. You don't think that he believes that much in himself that he can do more. That I would actually applaud it if I was on the team and someone was saying, "Hey, I can do more to help us, especially in situations that we need it. Let me help us."
You can't say that like that now because we've lived through Kwame Brown.
He ain't no Kwame Brown, though.
I'm not saying his
worst seasons is better than Kwame Brown's
Definitely,
best.
I'm not saying he is, but what I'm saying is we've seen this story before. I'm not saying this is as bad as of a story.
Not this story.
But we've seen a former number one pick be in a predicament like this where he could be scapegoated on a really good team with big superstars. We've seen the Kwame Brown story. So why do we look at DeAndre Ayton and say they should run plays for me when we say that, bro, you should be happy you on the team? And I'm not saying that he should be happy that he's just on the Lakers. He's a very important part to what this team is building. But at the same time, you have to understand your role. That's what it's called to be a professional. Yes, you have ideas of being a superstar. Yes, you remember the fact that you're a first-round pick, 7 feet tall, able to dominate in the paint. But do that first, and then we can talk about everything else.
So it's almost as if we have to find that balance, and you got to find the sweet spot between being a professional, like we mentioned with Paul George, and finding a way to fit in, but also I like my athletes to have that delusional Jazz confidence. So where do you go? I don't, and I'm not even just saying this because I'm a homer. I don't feel like I have a problem with him saying I should be getting more touches.
And I expect you to say exactly that. I have a problem because I'm a Laker fan. I have that problem. That is a big deal for me. I like my Devin Georges to know that they're Devin Georges. I'm not saying he's Devin George. I'm just saying I like my players to understand the scope of their game and what they can provide the team. He's DeAndre Ayton. We need a quality center. He is that. Be a quality center. You're not the center of attention. You're the center for the Los Angeles Lakers. That's all I'm saying, bro. Shout out DA. Shout out DA. That's all I'm going to say.
He doesn't have the best relationship with the media. I don't know how happy he is with that.
He's not happy having a good relationship with the media?
No, I don't know how happy he is with the... Well, he's gotten scrutiny wherever he's gone, but you know what it is when you're playing under the...
Yeah, he's gotten scrutiny because in his mind, he thinks that he is the most vital cog.
I don't think he thinks that. He's been very... No. We can't get that one off.
I'm not talking about his time here in LA. Talking about what happened in Phoenix. Talking about what happened in Portland. DeAndre Ayton is a star in this league. He's just not the star on any team he's been on. And
I don't think he wants to be.
He thought he was that in Phoenix.
He knows he's not the star of the Lakers. He knows that. All he's saying is, hey, when we are missing some guys, I can help to fill that void. And
How?
I want a player to think that.
How?
Let me get the rock and go to work.
Where now? Where we give him the
Free
rock?
throw line extended.
Jesus Christ. Against who played defense in it? JaVale McGee?
All right, now I ain't gonna lie. That was a game against Wemby, so that was a little...
What you talk? That's why I said the next game, JJ was like, hey, yeah, go get it.
96 again.
Go get it. You go get it. Now with a 7'6" alien in the middle of the pit, what you gonna get the rock and do?
Pray?
Oh, boy, you better do that.
All right, I want to
get blown up by 20, but you want more for all the focus we give you? Stop, come on, baby. But respect the DA.
Okay, I need to go. Let's stay out west and the situation with Ambassador Buddy. That's done, right?
That's what we calling him now.
That's what he is.
He is.
He's the best jump shooting ambassador this country has ever seen. Perhaps the best jump shooting ambassador in the world.
Okay, yeah.
There's not an ambassador in the world that has a better jump shot than Buddy.
You may be right.
I know I'm right.
I don't know. I have to go and see all
You
those
think
things.
there's some ambassador to Sri Lanka that has a better jumper?
Could be. I don't know them European dudes just sending around.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You know.
You're probably right.
All right. Anyway,
It's like when I found out the Klitschko brothers was like, man, Ukraine, and I was like, y'all just got world champion boxers driving tanks?
Yeah, absolutely.
That shocked me. So I don't know what the European boys on right now, but as far as I know, Buddy's the best pure shooter. They might have a Luka somewhere, just ambassador to Croatia or something. You don't never know.
Anyway, so he is racking up did not play coaches' decisions like they going out of style. The only time he's pretty much kind of become the human victory cigar. He's only coming in if the Warriors are up 30, down 30.
I think
and
the
I
issue is...
hate
Go ahead.
for this to be the spot that he's in at this point in his career. I absolutely loathe it.
I think Steve Kerr's lost that locker room.
Yes.
I don't understand what Golden State is doing no more. They found a way to make me look back at what is his name? Myers? The GM?
Bob Myers, yeah.
I looking at doing, I was like, bro, I didn't know you played that critical of a role. Like you really held this thing together. Steve Kerr needs to just step back from basketball for a bit. I'm not saying trade away Steph Curry. He is the Kobe of Golden State. A lot of man to retire a Warrior. People like Draymond, move on. People like Kuminga, move on. People like Buddy, if you can get something from him, move on. Just allow Steph Curry to finish up these next 3 years comfortable. Don't do the Chris Paul thing.
But I think, I don't know. I watch them and you see how it's falling apart, and they've tried in certain spots, but then there were also a lot of very obvious areas where they could have done things differently. Like, for instance, they've been horrible with the young guys, and the way to keep a dynasty and to keep a team going, the Spurs, for instance, once they saw Kawhi Leonard coming up, but the Spurs did this with several guys.
Yeah.
You saw the younger generation coming up. You wove them into what was happening.
Yeah.
The swing and miss on Wiseman, right? I don't know what you call these last few years with Jonathan Kuminga. It's just been it's been terrible. It's been terrible. So that doesn't instill confidence in anyone to want to go there.
This thing with Kuminga, and again, I know he ended up in Detroit. It didn't work out. It made me go back and look at the Wiseman situation because I still can't understand what went wrong.
Well, to be fair with the Wiseman thing, though, he had like 3 stops after that, and none of them have
That's
worked
what I'm
either.
saying.
Yeah.
Like he ended up in Detroit for a period of time. But what dude is a number 1 pick. You fall off like that.
Yeah.
There's something wrong. But at the same time, you look at it and say, all they needed was for him to be an inside presence. Why couldn't that work with the number 1 pick? I'm not saying he needed to be a world beater. Darko Milicic worked for a bit. What was it? Anthony Cleveland's number 1 pick. The guy that had no knees.
Anthony Bennett.
And Anthony Bennett worked for a moment. Why couldn't James Wiseman work?
I don't know, but to take it back to everything happening with Buddy, and then you see that he's I never expected him to completely fall out of the rotation. I never expected Podziemski and Moses Moody, and now Will Richard, the rookie, is in the rotation over him, and DeAnthony Melton. That's 4 guards. You're not going to get in that rotation.
When I saw DeAnthony Melton, that's when I recognized, like, all right, yeah.
The time there is done.
It's done. It's done.
So I don't know if he's going to be packaged in a deal with Kuminga, if he's going to be a part of that. I just want to see him end up somewhere where he can contribute. I don't want to see him just sitting at the bench for this portion of his career.
I'll take Buddy. I'll take Kuminga.
You're doing the Laker thing?
I'll give you Hachimura.
You're not giving me anything. Stop trying to make
That's
Laker
a fair
deals
deal.
with me.
That's a fair deal. I need you to understand us, Laker fans do everything.
So who's going to play small forward if this happens?
We don't worry about that. We worry about that after it happens. You think we trade Anthony Davis and say, who's going to play center? No.
Yes, that's why they got DeAndre Ayton.
We didn't get him that season. We got him in the offseason. So we worry about that next offseason if we don't win a chip on the way.
Okay, well, when we come back, these takes have been difficult. When we come back, we get to some easy takes. That's the Bud Light Easy Takes of the week.
Stafford going to the end zone, reaching up and making the grab.
Bahamas, are you ready for the ultimate Bud Light football experience? Buy 2 6-packs of Bud Light at any Jimmy's Wines and Spirits location or at participating liquor stores, and you're automatically entered to win. You could score an all-expense-paid trip to watch the Dolphins game live. Don't wait. Grab your Bud Light and get in the game today. Bud Light is distributed by Jimmy's Wines and Spirits, who reminds you to drink in moderation.
Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. These takes, some of them are going to be easy for you to listen to. Some of them you may not agree with. They may be a little more difficult. But then, even so, that means they're easy to argue with. So for this segment, we deliver our series of hot takes, and you decide if you agree with them or not. Argue as you're driving, or however you choose to listen to this program. I'm going to go first. Bud Light, easy take of the week, number 1. I'm very confused by Trae Young, and I think he made the wrong move.
He made the wrong move, or the team made the wrong move?
There were reports that he wanted to go to Washington. And I
Right.
saw that 2 days before the trade happened. And I said to myself, who playing basketball wants to go to Washington?
And I know we don't believe that there's still collusion or all this other stuff. Clearly, there's been some backroom chatter. Clearly, there's another move to be made. We don't know what that next move is. Could it be somebody else coming to Washington to be with him? Maybe a Giannis? Do they trade him in the conference? That's the only way that deal makes sense. So Washington cleared enough room to take on another big deal. They left enough pieces to make another big deal. I don't know if it's a Giannis deal. I don't know what other superstars are there. Can't be Anthony Davis anymore. So I don't know what the talk was prior to. We just have to wait and see.
You're a pretty knowledgeable basketball person, and I think we have very knowledgeable listeners. I don't think anybody out there can name 5 players that played for the Wizards right now.
I just know Trae Young now.
I know Trae Young. I know Chris Middleton's there. Bilal.
Chris Middleton is still there?
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was gone in off
No,
season.
he's gone.
Yeah,
Bilal Koulibaly.
nobody knows here.
Marvin Bagley III. I realized this because the other night VJ tried to end his life with 2 dunks. And I was like, that's where Marvin Bagley is now.
That's what you've been hiding.
Yeah.
Shout out to
that's where
BJ.
you at.
Finding people to be all thought we're missing.
So I don't know, man. Like
I just feel like it have to be another move. I looked at it and I was like, yeah, I don't understand Trey's placement there. I don't understand the reason to push to go to Washington. I know they have a new arena. I don't know if, again, we found out the Kawhi
new
thing.
arena.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's a Kawhi thing where something off the court is luring him to Washington. Basketball on the court, it make no sense. I would boozy on this. They traded Trae Young and he down there dribbling the ball with his clothes on. That's probably the wildest. Have you not seen that video?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
So, yeah, that's exactly what I don't understand. But shout out to Trae Young. If he's happy, we're happy. Is Ja Morant on the way? Do they make a good pair?
Thank you, because that's where we're gonna go next. Bud Light easy take of the week, number 2. It was absolutely time for Ja Morant to be on the trading block. Like this, we talked about it several times on this program. I don't know what he was doing this season. I thought he was supposed to be doing like image rehabilitation.
What rehabilitation? Ja is the most, but I don't care NBA player I've ever seen in my life. I know AI was problematic for a point in time,
but never for stuff like this though. Like, I think people always would tell you that Iverson was the consummate teammate.
Yeah.
Like, he was never doing this kind of stuff. It's like, Ja is street clothes.
No,
more than AD.
people has always criticized me when I said it. Ja Morant clearly on some sort of hallucinogen.
Yeah, I think so.
He has to be. Because there's no way in the world. And if he just gets his head right, top 5 player in the league.
He was supposed to be the heir apparent for American basketball.
Memphis ain't that tough, bro. Like, I know the
Yeah,
streets
the
in Memphis.
city of Memphis is. You ain't from the streets of Memphis. You got drafted there to be a very rich person playing
They gotta
basketball.
get him out the city before Pooh get shite. Before Pooh get comfortable again, get the man out the city.
And he
please.
is, because first day out do numbers. So I know.
Get you out the city.
Wow.
I don't know what the problem is, but that man does not need to be in Memphis anymore.
That is crazy how that corresponded. Pooh Shicey's out. He dropped first day out. Did
And Ja
huge
lost
numbers.
lost his mind.
Not just that, but then Memphis is like, we got to get Ja out of here. Correlation or causation?
It's definitely causation. It's definitely causation.
Bud Light easy take of the week, number 3. Another person it was time to go. It was time for the Miami Dolphins to move on from this entire regime.
See, I wanted to save this for football.
No,
I wanted to save this.
but we're going to be talking playoffs, and they don't
fair
belong.
point. I mean, can't really argue that. Yes, I agree with you 1,000%. The problem I have here now is why wait? Why wait? That's the big question in Miami, because you look at it and you say to yourself, Black Monday was there. You could have gotten rid of this guy. It's quite obvious now why you got rid of him at this stage. John Harbaugh.
But I mean, What's the difference if it happened on Monday or Thursday?
What does that say about the coach, though? Are you saying that I trusted you enough until I found better? Why have the meeting? You had 2 sets of meeting with this guy. Did you say to him, hey, yeah, you's our coach, but like I don't understand that portion of the conversation.
But I think everybody knew he was only there. That from the point where they were 1-6, maybe 1-7. I think everybody knew, or you had to get the sense that he was just riding out that season because it didn't make sense to fire him then.
Right. But then we got to the end of the season. We saw you all over the place the rest of Sunday into Monday. We heard all the conversation. You met with the guy. What reassurances were given on that Monday that you say a week later, yeah, but John Harbaugh available, we just have to give you the walking papers?
But you don't think he was gone whether John Harbaugh was available or not?
It did not look so.
I thought that changed it?
It had to been. So if he was gone no matter what, why keep him last week?
I don't know. I just don't think the 4 days is indicative of much for me.
I feel like that's a big deal. The time you dump your coach to start to prepare the signal to everybody, like, hey, we understand. Let me show you how I know that this is problematic in the NFL. The Colts owner held a press conference.
Yes.
Just to say, we understand that the season bad, but we ain't firing nobody. You know what the Miami Dolphins say? Yeah, but we can see you tomorrow. Tuesday come around. Yeah, but we can see you tomorrow.
They didn't say that. They just say, don't call us, we'll call you.
They definitely did not say that because he was still in the building. He was still operating. Then all of a sudden, end of day Wednesday into Thursday when the news dropped about Harbaugh, everybody was like, oh, hey, you saw Miami might be fired Mike McDaniel.
They could have him. Bud Light Easy Take of the Week, number 4.
So you want John Harbaugh? You didn't get Lamar coming?
Listen.
You didn't get Lamar coming?
My allegiance is with the Baltimore Ravens, as we well know.
If John Harbaugh and
I never want John Harbaugh to coach Lamar Jackson again. I don't think Lamar Jackson would go to a team where John Harbaugh was his coach again. Lamar Jackson saved John Harbaugh's job and his career at Baltimore. They were ready to get him up out the paint, up out the building. Lamar Jackson came along and became an MVP quarterback that coded all the wrongdoings that John Harbaugh did.
So there you have it, folks. You could definitely guarantee bet money on it. The Miami Dolphins starting head coach, John Harbaugh, starting the season with Lamar Jackson, the quarterback. There you have it.
Bud Light Easy Take of the Week, number 4. I don't know if Tyler Loop ever recovers. I don't think he ever recovers. I think that's it.
Yeah.
The only thing he can do is he has to make a game-winning kick in the Super Bowl. Do you know how rare that is?
I don't even think he ever has the opportunity again.
That's my point. That's why I don't think he ever recovers from this. I've never seen a player just break down in tears on the field immediately.
Yeah, because they told you when they brought you into the building, hey, our last kicker couldn't get it done. That's why we need you. And then the one time they actually needed you to do.
One time?
That's crazy work, bro. You got to call it quits after that.
Lamar just made him and Isaiah likely made the most spectacular 4th down play I may have ever seen to keep a season alive. That was ridiculous.
I think the only person I could talk him out of feeling depressed is probably likely because he knows that experience. He's been through it and he's, let the city down. But Jesus Christ, I feel bad for him.
No, he hasn't let the city down. Bud Light Easy Take of the Week, number 5. Lamar Jackson deserves better.
Boy.
2 years ago, Zay Flowers tried to do this spectacular dive for some reason against the Chiefs. They would have won that game. They were on their way to being up by 2 scores. Ball gets punched out at the goal line. Completely changes the complexion. Last year, sure-handed Mark Andrews drops the easiest touchdown in the world that would have put the Ravens up with less than 2 minutes left to play. And now, this year. What else has to happen? So the narrative is built that Lamar can't win the big game. But when we look at all of this stuff, he's put his team in position to do it every time. And this happens. Yeah. But I think it'd be no better in Miami, so don't even do that.
I'm just saying, BC, September, probably week 1 playing the Patriots, defending champs. You see them in that building. We get to it.
You have Bud Light Easy Takes.
And that easy take. We get to that. Leave that alone. But I do have a Bud Light Easy Take.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
I don't see. I'm a little too nervous to say it. So
No,
it ain't
why
that
would
easy.
you be?
It ain't that easy to say it.
We have a whole radio show.
I think the Lakers make the move.
What move?
I don't want to jinx it for Ja Morant.
I would hate that.
I think the Lakers make the move.
That would make no sense.
How wouldn't it?
Where is he going to fit into this?
Think about it. Think about it now.
I'm thinking about it. Where does he fit into that?
2 guard.
Come on, dog.
He don't need to handle the ball. He can be the energy guy. Luka and Ja. You wouldn't want to see that?
No.
Why?
I would not want to see that.
Why not?
I would not want to see that. I feel like you need, first of all, I feel like that team needs more shooters, not less.
We would definitely be checking that box off.
Where do you think he fits into this?
I don't think he fits in, but to the point I was laying out earlier, the Lakers go for names. And I think it shakes the league up just a bit that he could be the missing piece.
Not for LA, bro. Like, what?
What are we giving up? You're replacing...
No, yeah, tell me that. What are they giving up?
Austin Reeves and Ryu.
You think he's a better fit for this team than Austin Reeves?
No, he's not, but he could put us over the top.
But if he's not a better fit, how...
We've never won a championship off a fit.
These two things...
Well, we did. Pau Gasol was the perfect fit.
These two things seem very contradictory to me.
You're
You're saying he's not a better fit, but at the same time, he can be the missing piece to put them over the top.
I love Austin. I don't see Austin dominating an offense for 3 or 4 consecutive playoff games. I see Ja doing that.
You saw Austin Reeves drop 50.
I did, but I don't see him drop 50 in super clutch moments in the playoffs. I've seen Ja do that.
You haven't had a chance to see him do it yet.
We've been to the playoffs.
You saw Ja do that when he was ball dominant and the leader of a team. You have never seen Ja do that, having to know his place with Luka. That is completely different.
I see Luka. I see Kyrie. I see them in the NBA Finals. I see Ja. I see Luka. I see them in the NBA Finals. Just say it. Just give it some time. If it happens, we'll talk about this later.
Why would you invite them kind of issues, though?
That's the kind of issues that win chips.
No,
It is. It is. You thought the bad boy Pistons is just walking up there like, no, them dudes was.
No, let's remember this first about the Pistons. All of that stuff was in the confines of basketball. That was none of this tough, hey, I hold a gun finger, I'll fight you for, like, whatever the dumb stuff is that Ja Morant's doing. It's not the same thing.
I just think he'd be a good fit. Not the best fit.
Okay. My final Bud Light Easy Take of the Week, our final Bud Light Easy Take of the Week. So I want to go to local sports, local high school basketball. GSSA season opened up.
If you go where I think you about, what the hell happened? Can I say that on the radio?
You just did. You may get irked. And Anatole Rogers, T-Wolves beat the brakes off Doris Johnson by like 100 points.
And the coach of it is like, did he go or something?
Yeah, he used to coach Doris Johnson and coaches Anatole Rogers. Here's my thing with that. And people, we always see this kind of thing. I think we see where extreme scores will pop up on ESPN and that kind of thing, and then people would have, their take on it. Hey, man, if you don't want them to run up the score, you gotta be a better program. I take no issue with that. I don't have a problem with it. I know a lot of people do. I don't. Keep scoring until the whistle's done. Because here's my thing. If I bring in my second unit, if I bring in my third unit and they still getting buckets, what do you want me to do? Do I just get a 24-second shot clock violate? Well, not 24.
Is there a video of the game?
Yeah, there is.
Where is it? I gotta watch this game.
I'll send it to you.
I feel like we gotta have a national moment for this. This made radio like the White did a whole segment on this.
Oh, he did?
Yes, that's how wild this was. So I was like, how is that possible? So they just didn't stop. What happened to the mercy rule?
There's no mercy rule in basketball.
There is. Like if the girls go up like 14 points to game over.
You just made that up.
I did. They did implement that right away though.
Yeah, they beat them by 102. The score was 119-17.
So they don't have regular players on the court anymore. I've never seen that kind of separation between two teams.
Here's the thing. I understand the work that Coach Bowles puts into his program.
No, it ain't 100 points better. It ain't.
Clearly it is, though.
It's not. It's not.
And they're also not playing for this game. The same reason how in the first segment you were talking about the Cavs and what they playing for. Anatole Rodgers is playing for something else.
Well,
They playing to be there in February. They playing for Hugh Campbell. They playing for...
but I think you putting up 100 points in the next team could get you there any quicker. You're there. Like, come on, man. We look at all the teams. You think Anatole ain't gonna make the cut? Come on, something else going on, bro.
Something else like what?
Who playing for Doris? Tell me the truth. Who playing for Doris? The state junior team? What's happening? I mean, the
I don't know who's
disparaging out
playing
of the
for
kids.
Doris. I know Anatole's players a bit better. I don't know who's playing for Doris.
They is playing what? The night league?
Yeah, some kids play Division 2.
Okay, see, because it gotta be night league or they in the G League already. Why are you beating teams by 100? What was the final score?
I just scrolled up away from it. Hold on. It was a lot to a little. Scrolling. 119-17.
See, you know what the problem with this is?
They are the defending champions.
I get that, but you know what the problem with this is?
They outscored them 32-4 in the first quarter.
I've seen more than 117 points scored in local games. That means they really played good defense.
Yeah, great. It was 69-8 at the half.
How?
I don't know.
What kind of pressure defense was that, bro?
The kind of pressure, and I was gonna make a transition statement, but you can't really make a transition statement from minors basketball to Bud Light.
Don't. But hey, good Bud Light.
It's
Cool
been
take.
an amazing season for our Bud Light enjoyers. I know Cortez and the team had several trips where they took people to watch games and they were able to have the full Bud Light experience. I've had that before, so I understand how great it is. And
I talked to Cortez this week. I'm not going to break any news. I'm going to wait for him to do that. I know they're finalizing the plans for...
we got to get him back on.
Yeah, they're finalizing the plans for what we all been waiting on. The Super Bowl party.
The big postseason shindig.
We know what it all about. We know what it all about. We know what we've been waiting for. We just waiting for the teams. Once the teams confirm, we good to go. We good to go.
We'll be in the building, and so will Bud Light.
Stafford going to the end zone, reaching up and making the grab.
Bahamas, are you ready for the ultimate Bud Light football experience? Buy 2 6-packs of Bud Light at any Jimmy's Wines and Spirits location or at participating liquor stores, and you're automatically entered to win. You could score an all-expense-paid trip to watch the Dolphins game live. Don't wait. Grab your Bud Light and get in the game today. Bud Light is distributed by Jimmy's Wines and Spirits, who reminds you to drink in moderation.
This Christmas, Everybody Wins Live is giving you a chance to win a gift of a lifetime. A brand new fully deeded home. From November 21st to December 26th, every time you play $10 or more, you're one step closer to the keys to your future home. More play means more entries and more chances to win big. Play in-store or online today. This holiday, go beyond winning. Go home for the holidays only with Everybody Wins Live. Remember to game responsibly.
Welcome back to the Accredited here on Guardian Radio 96.9. I'm Ronaldo, and I am still, if you're wondering, or if you're just joining us, I am right now battling through the elements. I am having my version of the Jordan flu game. How many Jordans scored? Like 38 that year? I can't remember. It was 30-something. He had the game winner. We all know Pippen carried him off the court, just like Pippen carried him for most of his career.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. We don't know that. That's an I'll take. That's an I'll take. That's not a 10YS. These issues. What does it say?
Brad Hanna?
Yeah, Brad Hanna. All of that just now. I'm Ricardo.
I don't really believe that, by the way. I was
Okay.
just
Perfect. I'm Ricardo. Happy that you're back. But what I need us to do is focus. This is a super big week for football.
Yeah.
I've not experienced the college playoffs quite like this one in quite some time. That brings us into wild card weekend. It's a big week. It's a big weekend.
And funny enough that you would mention the college football playoffs, and we're in the Bahamas, so I mean, Miami is pretty much the home team. This is why we have this huge Dolphin fan base. And of course, the generation that grew up watching the Hurricanes be pretty much a blue blood in college football.
They were not.
Are you serious? Miami Hurricanes?
Let me explain why.
Whoa.
Hold on, no. I'm not saying
whoa.
that. I'm not saying that the Miami Hurricanes are not important to the game or they weren't at one point
I think they have to be considered a blue blood of college football.
Bro, I can't say. Remove the substance abuse
This could be
shares.
racist.
Remove the substance abuse
This could be
shares.
racist. I know it.
I love the U. What else has the U done? Remove the substance abuse share. Yes. What else have they done?
They've won national championships.
How many?
5.
Remove the substance abuse shares.
Why?
Okay. So once we all agree there, shout out all the greats that have come from there.
Wait. What substance abuse years?
Now we can really do this.
That's
right
like
now.
removing all of the history of football. You think this wasn't happening everywhere? Are you kidding me? So who do you consider the blue bloods of football?
Penn State. Ohio State.
Hold on, Carter. You cannot sit here and tell me remove certain things from the University
You
of
let me
Miami.
finish my list.
Hold on. I don't need to hear nothing more than Penn State because you can't tell me to remove Miami from any list because of their past. And Penn
I'm not
State
telling you
is the first place you go.
I'm not telling you
Penn
remove.
State.
I'm not telling you Miami is up there. All I'm saying is if you remove the
Think about Penn State's history.
uh,
Please think about it.
I'm not gonna go into the Sandusky. Yes,
Please think about it. Remove that.
you can't. That's the problem. That's the problem. Joe Paterno tried. Trust me.
It killed him. It literally killed him.
Oh boy.
There's no way. No, they do not get. Miami beat them at the height of their powers.
They did.
What are we talking about?
No, I can't even lie to you. If there was one college in the U.S. that I wanted to go to, it was Miami for the exact same reason.
what I'm saying.
I said all this to say this. What y'all got Uncle on the field doing after every win?
I love this.
Why?
Let me tell you something. Michael Irvin has found a third career.
It's crazy to me.
And I like to equate him with Snoop Dogg because they have continuously found
Actually,
ways to
really good
reinvent
analysis.
themselves and become palatable to a new audience
In different ways. Bro.
in different ways.
I didn't even know he grew his hair all the way out. I didn't know he was wilding like that again. It's like, wow, this the 80s all over
Nobody
again.
even thinks, hey, why Michael Irvin on the sidelines? Nobody thinks this. And now he went from being the playmaker, one of the greatest receivers in NFL history, to a commentator. And now he's some genius. He's a savant of physical comedy.
I don't understand. When did the belt thing become a thing?
It ain't even that. It ain't even just the belt. That's only one part of his shtick. Like, honestly, they can cut away to him for every single play. Michael Irvin is nearly as entertaining as what happens on the field.
But shout out to Miami. I'm happy to see them this far again. I'm really hoping that they can pull this one off.
The U is back, and that was an amazing game. You got to give Carson Beck his flowers. And look, if you had whoever you had on Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook taking that game, your stomach had to be turning over in knots because at one point Miami takes the lead. Trinidad Chambliss, the greatest name in college sports, comes down, and there's nobody with a better name than Trinidad Chambliss.
I thought it was unreal the first week and a half.
Yeah, no, seriously.
I was like, they have somebody named Trinidad Chambliss.
I didn't, and then I saw what he looks like. Did not think he was a black guy.
Okay, there you go.
Did not think he was a black guy. But, hey, he comes down, leads Oklahoma on this great drive, and then it's like 2:30 or some change left to go. And I said to myself, all right, Carson Beck,
This what you're here for.
this what you here for. This with the $1 million in NIL. This is the exact drive that Miami brought you here for. And he delivered.
I was about to say it was worth every penny. I don't know who the boosters out in Miami right now, but make sure y'all pay that boy. That boy earned it. I don't care what happened in the national championship. That boy earned it last night.
And he was so sad his gal gone, and then his Ferrari gets stolen. I mean, he was the star quarterback of Miami. I think he could be all right. Michael Irvin probably had to talk to him and say, hey, listen. One?
You could imagine what it's like if they have, I don't know if it's still called Booster Week where you have those guys, but just imagine if you have all of the old U players trying to console them.
Imagine there's B on the sidelines.
That's what I'm saying. So imagine what that conversation is like, trying to console them in the moments before. Like,
console, they were all confused. What you mean you upset with this one? What? I don't understand. He's the quarterback for the Miami Hurricanes.
Well, look here.
What do you mean?
That's probably the closest thing you could get to real behavior treatment right there. It's like, but what you crying for?
Because Michael Irvin's is everybody's uncle that is going to say that. Let me tell you something. They had a clip of Michael Irvin celebrating with two cheerleaders, not teenagers. I assume that they are of age. They in college.
They're in college.
Yeah, they in college. Celebrating with two cheerleaders. And I was like, Uncle ain't slick.
I gotta say the U back, but
The U is all the way back. The U is all the way back. Take away the substance abuse years. We
boy.
will never. Anyway, so
You think they listen to Greg Olson before the game?
you think they know that G-Reg was a part of the 7th floor group?
They had to. They had to. I
But
feel
he's such a great polished broadcaster now.
it's crazy to. This is why I'm saying, if you take away the substance years in Miami, you look at these dudes differently. You look at Greg Olson right now, you'd never say, bro, that was a problem back
You
in.
can't take away any substance, not just from the Miami Hurricanes. You can't take away substance. It's baked into the bread of what Miami is.
True.
It's the fabric of Miami. Substances.
Yeah, probably somebody rather from Opalaka. Shout out.
Shout out to them. Anyway, that was a game that either hurt a lot of pockets and hurt a lot of hearts or made a lot of people happy in the wallet. But that just had me thinking there's a lot going on right now with Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook. You've seen the imaging, you've seen the rebranding. The all-new sportsbook is here, and now we want Cardo to physically put on the company hat, same way LeBron puts on the crown. And
Oh, that's
he's
the way
going
we could do it?
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
fair.
physically putting on the company hat.
Yeah,
This is an audio medium. Y'all can't see it,
Yeah,
but the company
I'm
hat.
doing that. I'm doing
company-
that. I just want to say, though.
Just run with the bit.
Okay, I'm going to run with the bit. I'm going to put on a hat.
Thank you.
Hat is on.
Thank you.
Good to go. But no, what I really want to say is shout out to the team over at EWL. It's not only been a big week for Sportsbook. You talked about us launching a new Sportsbook. The platform is live. The platform is active. Anything that you need, feel free to hit me up. You could contact our customer service team over at EWL and they'll lead you right to me. We're able to get any issues that you may have with the new platform resolved. But I just want to take the time to thank everybody over there because away from just the Sportsbook, away from the new casino suite that you may have seen, away from the new website, we did something that is really, really a big deal and really, really close to my heart. We was able to give away a home during the holiday season. That was our big promotion during the holiday season, and just so ironic that it was to one of the youngest players that we have on our call sheet. 30-year-old, single mom. She was able to run the gauntlet of everything that we offered during our golden ticket promotion, and she was able to cash in and qualify as the winner for our Home for the Holidays program. So she walked away on December 27 with a brand new 2-bedroom, 1-bath home. I know she's super happy now. We've had her at the office. She's talked about how big of a deal this is, and she said it in all the clips. So we had that. We went off of that. We went into the new website. Everybody's seeing the new digs. Everybody's seeing the new infrastructure that we've got over there. And then we also launched the new sportsbook with our team over at Altona, who is dominating the European market. This is their first foray into the Caribbean market, and we've worked with them to bring this to our fans here, giving them an opportunity not to bet. And of course, you've been a part of the journey with us as well, doing some of the promo work for us with our Guru Challenge. That's going to take on a whole new look in the new year.
I'm killing it.
Definitely. Everywhere you go, you see EWL, you see Niall's face, you hear Niall's voice. That's been a tremendous opportunity. So I just want to take the time and just say thank you, everybody at the office, for sticking to it. It's been a tough holiday season for all of us, but we found a way to get to this point to deliver on some of the products that we know our audience would really love and enjoy. I see the chat groups going crazy about it. I see a lot of people, picking up the app, enjoying the app, and not the app, the website, the new platform. I see them picking it up. I see them enjoying it. And I may have said the app thing. That's down the line. We're going to get to that at some point.
Breaking news.
It's not breaking news yet. We're still in the planning
sorry.
and development phases there, but I want persons to know that that is the space we're thinking in. And that is the sort of experience that we want to bring to our players. You're also going to see as we move into 2026, a lot of tremendous things going on at our physical store locations. So just, as the song playing in the back of the sportsbook video is saying, tap into it, take me through there. That's what we intend to do with all of our people. We want you to tap in, go along with the ride for us and enjoy this moment. And that brings me back to this. This is the biggest weekend that we've had in quite some time.
Yeah.
We wanted to, get everything going right between the college football playoffs, right into the wild card weekend, and this is the perfect spot. So if you follow us and you keep along this journey, next week we have some new game features that's going to pop up on the sports book. You're going to see some videos about that early next week. Some leaderboard tournaments that we're going to have for sportsbook players. So if you think you have the football skill, you have the betting skill, you have the gambling skill, this is the perfect time. You're going to come through, you're going to bet, you're going to try and climb the leaderboard when we introduce our NBA weekly tournament. You're going to go through next week and you're going to see some of our NFL playoff jackpots. If you're going to bet on NFL playoffs this well, not this weekend, next weekend,
Right.
during the divisional round, you have a chance to win some amazing jackpot prizes instantly as you place those bets. So it's going to be a big couple of weeks.
Sorry, just to put a pin in that, I am still eligible to win all of this. Even
Oh, no, definitely.
Okay,
You
good.
got
I just
your
need to
account,
make sure.
you loaded up, you're ready to go. This is the perfect time to get going.
Because I don't want
So-
it to be a situation where it's like, you do promo for us, so you're not eligible.
no.
I want to make sure that I can win.
Definitely.
Okay,
So
great.
you're going to hear this on Saturday. We're recording on Friday. You're going to hear this on Saturday by Tuesday. Tuesday evening, I want to say about 4 or 6 p.m., we're going to go live with our bet waiver. So what we're going to introduce there is we're going to give persons a chance. Any bet over $20, if that bet loses, we're going to give you $10 back. That's breaking news. You get honk the horns, you're going to do that. You have an opportunity to do that. So it's going to be eligible for one-time use for every player. So you think you want to try something a little dandy, you want to give it a shot, you think you got a good parlay bet down ready to go, this is the chance to lay that down, put $20 or more on it, and if it doesn't work out, we're going to give you $10 back. In addition to that, next weekend, into the divisional round, as I mentioned, we're going to launch our NFL Playoff Jackpot Series. So what that does is, as you place any bets on the NFL next weekend, it's going to give you the opportunity to win an instant jackpot when you place your bet. It could be 200, it could be 500, it could be up there. You never know, but you got to go ahead and place that bet.
So the way this works is whatever your wager is, you win that wager, and then you also get the instant jackpot?
Your wager goes through to whatever bet you place, but
Okay.
that jackpot could be instant.
Wow.
So once you place that bet, if you feel lucky, if you want to make that money, just a little extra sprinkle on the top. We have some jackpots that are going to hit during the NFL playoffs every weekend, starting in the divisional round.
Because this is where it really ratchets up, right?
Yeah.
Like you get to the playoffs, the stakes are the highest, and then we're in that bittersweet mode where we know football's almost coming to
And
an
that's
end.
what the reason we picked the NFL is the NFL gives you a really tremendous opportunity for in-game live betting. So we want persons to take advantage of that. We want persons to look at the platform and say, boy, I think this next play could get a touchdown. It could be a touchdown. You could win that bet instantly, but you could also hit that jackpot at the same time and walk away with some extra cash. So that's the whole idea behind it. We want persons to experience that idea of that instant gratification when you place that bet.
Imagine the person placing an instant bet on Ravens Steelers, and on the last drive, their bet is to end the drive ending on a missed field goal.
So they would have win that bet, plus they would have
I
walked
hate
into
them
a
for
bet.
winning that bet.
But they would have walked away with a jackpot as well. So that's what we want to do. So like I said before, the jackpot is going to debut during the divisional round. We're going to miss the wild card weekend this week, but definitely next week, keep your energies high. And then once we get off of that and we get through the Super Bowl, we have a ton of surprises for the Super Bowl. I want you to stay tuned on that. Once we get through the Super Bowl, though, we have a big thing for the NBA. I know we have a lot of NBA fans. People try to say right after football things die off, but NBA fans know
They do not.
That's when they pick up. And what we want to do is we want to run our leaderboard program every week, starting February 9th. The Monday right after the Super Bowl, you have your ability to climb our leaderboard. And if you finish first on the leaderboard, you walk away with $500. So we have up for $1,000 every week up for grabs. This is a perfect opportunity to climb the leaderboard with your football knowledge. Every bet on an NBA game qualifies you for 1 point. Once you get that 1 point, you can use that to climb straight up the leaderboard to first place. Every week, we give away that $500 prize. Second place is going to be, I think right now, $250. We're going to work on the final details, but that's also coming.
I don't understand why people think things die off after football. I have been winning so much more on the NBA this season than the NFL. NFL been doing me dirty. But the NBA, that has been working.
And I can tell you right offhand, that is being in the environment now in the sportsbook space, you see the energy that people put into the NBA. It's a lifestyle and a culture all on its own. You see the people going back and forth in their little chat groups talking about, hey, who has the perfect, what is LeBron going to do tonight? What is Duka going to do tonight? What is DA going to do tonight? And I'm in a lot of Laker groups, and that's always the conversation.
tell.
But I can tell you, Giannis, you have Ja, you have all these sorts of players where people follow them night after night, placing these bets. So this is the perfect opportunity to get involved.
All right, you want to get to this weekend?
Let's
Let's get to
do
the
it.
wild card round.
Let's do it.
Oh, before we get to that, before we get into wild card round, we got to go to things and down bad. Because there are some franchises, we already did away with the Dolphins. I don't think we need to do.
It's down bad. It's down bad. We ain't gotta wait on that. Down bad.
All right,
can
just
be back.
because of
They
that.
can be back
Okay, so
eventually.
let me explain the segment to the new listeners. So this is a segment where we take some of the most popular fan bases in the Bahamas and we survey the landscape of what's going on then, and we ask you, things is things or down bad? And just because Carter tried to knock me off the spot, starting with the Miami Dolphins. New regime. Some can argue.
Who's in the regime?
We don't know. They ain't there yet.
We know.
They about to
You
hire.
know.
They about to hire a GM. They about to hire a new coach. They about to have a new quarterback.
They're about to hire John Harbaugh.
But I'm just saying, things are down bad.
I think once the new coach is in, I think Miami has a good nucleus. It's a perfect place to want to play football, especially at the NFL level. You see what's happening at the college level now. I think things is things once they hire the new front office and head coach.
I think they down bad.
What?
I don't see. There's no reason to look up. There's no reason to be optimistic. What is the reason to be optimistic with this franchise? I don't get it. I don't
only
see
takes one or two pieces to turn things around. But 2 years ago, you guys were in playoff contention. You guys
Those
had
guys.
Thank you.
Those guys.
You had a MVP caliber quarterback. You had one of the best offensive the league has ever seen in quite some time. Come on, man. Like, let's not make it seem like the Dolphins just like they've just been horrible for the last 10 years.
They have not won a playoff game in a quarter century. They haven't been horrible for 10 years. It's been almost 3 decades. They've
trying to be so
they've
positive.
hovered between horrible and mediocrity. They have not won a playoff game in 2.5 decades.
True.
Anyway.
That's why I said when the new GM gets in, when the new head coach is hired, I think things would be things. Right now, they down bad.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to get to. We're going to kind of use this as a post-mortem for several franchises because we don't have a reason to talk about them over the next few weeks. But Kansas City Chiefs, things or down bad.
Ironically, I have to say down bad.
Why is that ironic? I think they obviously down bad.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I've had this conversation with a couple of people this week, and it's like, hey, those teams that, because I experienced this as a Patriot fan, where you go through these dynasty runs, there's some dips. But with a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, I feel like you could just pop back up next year and be in the Super Bowl. No?
I don't know if football works that way, man, because
But we've seen it. We've seen it with Tom Brady.
We've seen it with organizations that run themselves a certain way.
And you think Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes can't get this back together? Give him another receiver.
They got to be done with the Rashee Rice thing.
Okay.
He has another domestic violence thing going on.
Already?
Charge. Yes.
He's been home a week. Okay, no, that's breaking news to me. I gotta look into that.
This is my thing. Like, it's too much. Travis Kelce's pretty much done, right? And even if he isn't done, it's time for the heir apparent anyway.
Oh, Jesus, 18 hours ago, Rasheen Rice faces domestic violence allegations of Ruby Ross? Oh, Jesus. How?
Hold on, this is another one? Because it was the ex, not Ruby Rose.
Oh, okay. It says amid Ruby Rose dating rumors.
Yeah, so apparently he's dating Ruby Rose, but then the ex made a post that, hey, for 8 years, he's been laying his hands on me.
Jesus Christ, 8 years, bro.
And how many off-the-field issues is he going to have? They tried the Kadarius Toney thing. They tried Sammy Watkins. They tried a bunch of these stopgap solutions. And we see this happening with Buffalo right now. You think because you have the great QB, you can just put anybody there. But this ain't Brady and the Patriots. You need some actual skill position players there. I think that's the fault that they're going to make.
So you're telling me...
I think they're down bad.
For the foreseeable future, the Patrick Mahomes hype train is down.
I don't think the Patrick Mahomes hype train is down. I think the Chiefs are kind of in the position where we talked about the Warriors being where.
And what did the Warriors do?
We went as long as we can with this. We got to find a way to rebrand to keep this thing going. We got to get him an actual running game.
I have to
and
see.
Not to mention the fact that he tore his ACL at the end of the season. Yeah. So next season is probably a wash.
It is. That's what I'm saying. In a couple of years, I feel like is Andy Reid retiring in the next year or so? I know Travis Kelce doesn't want to wait around for him to come because he don't have that many years. Does Andy Reid say the same thing? If that's the case, then start the rebuild. He's done for about 4 years.
Baltimore Ravens, my Baltimore Ravens, tings are down bad. Nope. Tings is tings because all I wanted for Christmas was John Harbaugh to be gone. I do not want him to coach Lamar Jackson anymore.
So who's going to coach him?
I don't care. It's not John Harbaugh.
So do you think there's a possibility that Lamar is going to get traded?
No. I think there's no possibility Lamar is going to get traded.
So you think he's going to be...
I think John Harbaugh leaving is the sign that Lamar is going to be a Raven for life.
Okay.
I want Mike Tomlin.
That ain't gonna never happen.
I deserve a black coach.
Yeah, that ain't gonna never happen. You better, if it ain't, boy, you better go call Deion Sanders. It ain't gonna be Mike Tomlin.
I want Brian Flores.
Oh wait, what?
I want Brian Flores.
You making this up now? You just pick a random black coach, eh?
No, I want Brian Flores.
Okay. Okay. Why?
He's a great defensive coach.
I know, but
Was he wrong about Tua?
oh God, here we go again.
No, he was wrong about Tua.
He wasn't wrong.
Yeah,
but
he was wrong about Tua.
He wasn't wrong.
No, I was not playing. He was wrong about Tua.
You think he was wrong, Batua?
Yeah. He kind of Kevin Stefanski'd that.
Do you want Kevin Stefanski?
No.
You can get Kevin Stefanski.
No.
Watch they get Kevin Stefanski. Watch they get yours Kevin Stefanski. You know, he ain't got no playoff issues.
He have other issues, and I don't know.
The issue is he can make the playoffs, but he ain't got no playoff issues.
The issues could be with quarterbacks that look a certain way.
Oh, there you go.
Game On Bahamas, the all-new Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook is where sports fans turn picks into play. From football to basketball and everything in between, we've got the odds that move with the game. It's fast, it's fun, it's built for players who know their stuff. So grab your picks, lock in your parlay, and feel the win with Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook. You know the game. You live for the rivalries, the buzzer beaters, the Hail Marys. At Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook, we're built for that energy because we're built for players. Better odds, faster action, smarter bets. Visit everybodywinslive.com or drop into an EWL location and feel the difference. Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook, built for players. You know the game. You live for the rivalries, the buzzer beaters, the Hail Marys. At Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook, we're built for that energy because we're built for players. Better odds, faster action, smarter bets. Visit everybodywinslive.com or drop into an EWL location and feel the difference. Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook, built for players. Game On Bahamas, the all-new Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook is where sports fans turn picks into play. From football to basketball and everything in between, we've got the odds that move with the game. It's fast, it's fun, it's built for players who know their stuff. So grab your picks, lock in your parlay, and feel the win with Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook.
Let's get into Wild Card Weekend. Let's start later on today. Rams versus Panthers. First one out of the gate. Biggest line of the week. Panthers. Okay. Before we even talk about this, right? I understand you division champ, you get to host the game.
Yeah.
But they backpedal into the playoffs with this horrible record and this
Fine,
horrible
that don't
division.
matter. That don't matter. That don't matter.
This should be
That don't matter.
restructured.
Records off. Records off. Records off the table.
No, the fact they didn't earn the right to host a playoff game.
They did. They won the division. That's the right.
That should be changed.
No, it should not.
The Rams are possibly
No, it
the
should
best
not.
team in the NFL.
And they're possibly the best team in the NFL that lost two of three games down the stretch. This is what's supposed to happen. I'm going to go with the Rams, but I think the Panthers have a chance.
Let me set it up. 10.5-point favorites. You're not going to get much value at the Rams on the money line. That's like at minus 620. Over under on this game, 46.5. I mean, everybody expects them to just walk all over.
Yeah.
And I said this in my Guru Challenge video. That's why I think there's such great value in the Panthers covering this.
Oh, covering. Yes.
Yeah. No, they're not going to win. I think they can cover, though. Absolutely, I think they could cover.
I think there's a chance.
No.
I think there's a chance now.
Why do you think there's a chance?
I put all
By the way, everyone completely either forgets or doesn't care that the Rams won this game in the regular season.
I keep messing up his name. Tatata.
Boy, I ain't even doing that.
Tatata Moore?
McMillan.
Yeah. Tate McMillan. He's such a tremendous wide receiver. He's oh God. You know, if he'd just end up a Patriot.
Oh my goodness.
Just imagine him getting the ball from Drake May. Just imagine it. But anyway, there's a chance. But I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Yeah, I'm taking them to cover as well. The way how the Panthers won that game in the regular season, it was so unlikely. You don't see the Rams just turn over the ball so much.
All right.
But I will say this, though. Rico Dowdle made a post, and fittingly enough, we talked about Paid in Full earlier, but he made a post. Remember when Rich Porter was in the car, and he had discovered that his brother was missing, and then he had that passionate moment with Ace, and where he was like, I'm going to be on some murder stuff.
Yeah.
Anybody who I see, they getting it.
He did not think.
Yeah. Rico Dowdle.
I gotta watch Paid in Full today.
Yeah, Rico Dowdle made a TikTok, and it was very cinematic. It was about, nobody believes in us, and it cut to some scenes with him on the field, and he had a huge game against the Panthers. He had a lot of huge games, but I don't know. They pretty much play with house money. Like, the Panthers should play with the type of reckless abandon because ain't nobody expect y'all to be here. Nobody expect y'all to do nothing. And I think that's what you counting on when you say they have a chance.
Yeah. Rico Dahl coming on the stretch has been top tier for the Panthers. So there is a chance. I just think the Rams get it done.
Yeah, Devontae Adams is going to be back. Rams win, and they win big. Let's move on to the second game of the day. John Madden is smiling down from heaven looking at this matchup, and he is so happy. Packers at Bears, 8 p.m. Old school NFC North. I would not be surprised if they play this game in those god-awful throwback uniforms we all hate, because this is like when old people think old white people go, football is really football then, with Packers and Bears. They love this. And you know what I love? 2 black quarterbacks.
Why did you have to make it racist?
That's what I do with everything.
Okay, cool.
Bears favored by 1.5 at home. Money line pretty much even. The total on this game is 45.5. Third times these teams play this season.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we going with this? To me, my first thought is completely hinging on the health of Jordan Love, right?
Yeah.
What do you think we can expect? Because the concussion protocol the last few weeks, Jordan Love's been... There's been weeks when he'll throw 4 touchdowns and he looks like one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and then you will have some inexplicable weeks.
I've seen all the notes from Packer fans all over the internet the last couple of weeks that have made all of the legendary claims about the Packers. Apparently, in the 8th season, Green Bay coaches, Green Bay quarterbacks, they win championships. This is apparently Jordan Love's 8th year. I didn't know that.
Really? There's no way.
That's what they said.
No, he came in with 2. Ain't no way they've been in the league that long.
Yep. And
Okay,
apparently
go
that's when
ahead.
Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl. Apparently this is the way it's supposed to go. But I'm gonna go with Caleb Williams. I'm not gonna pick against him. He's impressed me the entire year. If he loses, he loses. But I'm gonna go with Caleb Williams and the Bears.
I like the Bears in this one because I honestly have that much faith in what Ben Johnson has built.
Shut up, Ben Johnson.
He has
Doing that to Detroit.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's
And for anybody that thinks coaching doesn't matter, Detroit not making the playoffs and the Bears turning into this and him seemingly fixing what ailed Caleb Williams.
Yep.
Amazing job by Ben Johnson. I just would have had so much more faith in the Packers if Micah Parsons didn't get injured, because I think the playoff run is what they really brought him there for. Because we've seen how edge rushers that cannot be contained shine in the playoffs. They will win you a game, especially a game on the road. I remember Von Miller being that guy, both for the Broncos and the Rams.
I remember the Rams much more.
So I'm with you on that. I think I take the Bears to win, and at 1.5, yeah, I think of course they cover. I think it's going to be a shootout though. I take the over in this. I don't think it's going to be. Although the Bears can play that kind of game, they can't. They have 2 very good running backs. They can slow the. They can't have a ground-based game, but I think this one's end up going with the over. It's going to be a shootout. I'm taking Bears as well. Let's go to Sunday, and for me, this is probably the most intriguing game on the slate. Jacksonville Jaguars hosting the Buffalo Bills. First game on Sunday at 1 o'clock. Bills favored by 1.5. Over under on this game, 51.5. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that is the highest total of the weekend. So we expect high scoring in this, or at least the books do. And I think that's a testament to what the confidence people have in the Jaguars now, if you're looking at this and thinking 51.5.
All right.
I do not have confidence in the Buffalo Bills. Yes, I have confidence in Josh Allen. I think people are making this mistake and saying, okay, all of the other great quarterbacks aren't in there. Joe Burrow's not in there this year. Lamar's not in there. Mahomes is not in there. They think that means Josh Allen walks into the Super Bowl. And it does not mean that. Treble, it does?
No, it doesn't mean. Of course, it doesn't mean that. Nah, I made that face because I'm trying to figure out from the standpoint of if anybody had that belief, they've not watched football this season. They've not. If you thought that this Buffalo Bills team is going to cakewalk through this AFC, You've not watched the Jaguars. You've not watched the Patriots. You've not watched the Broncos. Those are the top 3 teams in the AFC, and they've been that way the entire season for a reason.
I think it's because people only know how to talk about football through the prism of quarterbacks.
Which is true.
And so they think, great quarterback, he must be up next in line. He's always lost to another great quarterback. Well, no, he's lost to other great teams. And so when you look at the other side, and I think most people even struggle with the fact that the Jaguars won 13 games. You don't think of them as that. Trevor Lawrence has had an 8-game run that's on an MVP level. The amount of touchdowns he scored, both passing and rushing, is on a level of, and I can't remember exactly what the stat was, but the only 2 to match his output over that 8-game stretch was Lamar Jackson in his first MVP season and Cam Newton in his 2015 MVP season. That's what Trevor Lawrence has been throwing and running the ball. So I'm taking the Jags to win this one. I think Buffalo gets upset, and it's crazy to think
How is that upset?
Because they're favored.
By how much?
They're favored by 1.5, but on the road. So when you consider Jacksonville's getting that 3-point bump at home, but still the Bills favored by 1.5. And that's all Josh Allen. You know that's Josh Allen. When I think the engine that drives that offense is actually James Cook.
I'm also going to go with the Jaguars. All the things you said about Trevor Lawrence is spot on. The thing that really impressed me the most is the addition of Jacoby Myers. He was somebody they brought on late in the season from Oakland, from Vegas.
It could be from Oakland. No,
it's the same thing. From the Raiders.
Yes.
And he has been the glue that kept that team together after the Travis Hunter injury. There was a lot of concerns going out that with that injury, that could be the end for the Jaguars, but they managed to pull it through with the addition of Myers, and him being a former Patriot, I know all too well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, what he brings to the table. And he was one of those clutch wide receivers for the Mac Jones years. I know we want to forget him, but he held Mac Jones down.
You know what it really did? Boy, remember when we thought Mac Jones was going to take the job away from Brock Purdy, and Brock Purdy came back and was like,
Why Brock Purdy got back so mad, though?
He come back so good. Anyway, we can get to him later in the second game. He came back. You know why he come back so mad? Because people like you was like, oh, McCockle having a run. It may be his job. Quarterback controversy. No, it was not. But
I expect him to come back
I don't think most people realize Jaguars have won 8 games in a row.
Yeah.
8 games in a row.
Yeah, we didn't lose our streak. We'd had a better streak. But shout out the Jaguars.
Is this a playoff legacy game for Josh Allen?
I don't think it is. I don't think he has enough to get it done. In years previous, he had enough to get it done. This isn't that year. People want to remember it like that because you don't have the Lamar Jackson, you don't have the Patrick Mahomes. But I don't want people to look back and say, oh, no, he had that year where he could have won the Super Bowl, but he just couldn't get it done. Bro, he have a bad team.
Yeah, he does not have a good team.
Yeah.
If Trevor Lawrence wins this game, because I feel like he's stuck in that purgatory, do we consider him elite?
I don't. I want to, but I don't think he's elite.
What does he have to do to get there? If they win the Super Bowl, do we have to put him
He moves into that conversation.
Wow, so you'd put him in the top tier.
Yes, because this will be one of those seasons, despite everything we just talked about. Going into the season, we expected them to be a playoff team. Nobody had Jacksonville winning the Super Bowl. They've delivered on the...
Lil Duval did.
That's a whole different story. That explains a lot of why he would now be elite. If only Lil Duval was picking you, my boy. That says all you need to know.
Because all of the list of who we consider elite is like, what, 5 guys?
I say 4.
3 of them aren't in the playoffs right now.
And that's the problem. So that's why a lot of people are going to say, well, this should be the only other
I think the 5th one is your guy.
I don't think he's elite yet.
What?
I don't think he's elite yet. I don't think people understand. I've watched enough football to recognize.
You don't have to wait to call someone elite.
Yes, you do.
Dan Marino was elite from his 2nd season.
Right now. But
so was Patrick Mahomes.
Dan Marino did it. Patrick and Dan did it in a way where you could obviously look at them and say, bro, no talent I see this guy against. Am I ever going to pick that opposition?
I feel that way about Drake May.
Boy, there's some moments where you say to yourself,
I can't believe I am arguing on his behalf more than
I watch my quarterback really well. I'm not saying that he's not a very, very good quarterback. but he's not elite yet. I need to see this playoff run.
I was having this discussion with somebody at the gym, and they were trying to tell me Justin Herbert was still better than him, and I'm like, no.
Justin Herbert is better than who?
Than Drake May.
So, all right, no. So
and I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not doing that. The last time I saw Justin Herbert in the playoffs, he gave up like a 3 touchdown lead, 2 Trevor Lawrence.
I was on a cruise ship when that happened. That was wild.
Yeah, like, no, you're not giving me that about Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's not gonna get into that top 5 of the elite. If anything, Justin Herbert is in that second tier of purgatory with Trevor Lawrence in them.
And this is what I'm trying to say to you.
And I don't think Drake May's there.
I think him and Trevor Lawrence is right at the top. And I think whoever makes this playoff run theirs, then that's the guy that goes into that category. And you know who I think is in that row with them as well? Or just a few tiers under? The guy in Denver. That's why I said anybody who watched football this year, you recognize that these 3 teams are different for a reason. No smoke for the Ravens. They have an elite quarterback. No smoke for the Chiefs. They have an elite quarterback. Same thing with Buffalo. Same thing with the Bengals. They have elite quarterbacks. But when you look at those young guys that are just right there ready to climb up, you see Drake May, you see Trevor Lawrence, and you see Bo Nix. Those guys could earn that spot in this playoff.
Let's go to Sunday afternoon. Back to the NFC. 4:30 tilt, 49ers at Eagles.
I don't understand this game. I think this game was put together just to see one fan base go crazy.
Why you don't understand this game? What's happening?
Because both of these teams can win the Super Bowl. But I don't want to see any of these teams win the Super Bowl.
Why?
Because Eagles, I don't want to see that again. I was happy.
Eagles, by the way, favored by 4.5. Total 44.5.
I saw that. Didn't get that. I understand the total. I don't understand Eagles being favored. I don't think they have enough. I don't.
Well, this isn't about them having enough to win the Super Bowl. This is about them having enough to beat. I don't think they have
enough to beat the San Francisco 49ers. And the 17 players that they're still missing.
That's the thing, though. That's why, I mean, isn't that why the Eagles are favored by 4.5? The Eagles are always going to be right there.
Right. But I don't think they have enough to get past the San Francisco. What Brock Purdy is doing.
I was about to say, this is you believing that much in Brock Purdy.
Yeah. Well, what I've seen from Brock Purdy.
And you don't believe in Jalen Hurts.
It's not that I don't believe in him. I don't.
No, you have all the rights to not believe in Jalen Hurts. I get it.
Okay, no. This is where my fan mind gets in the way. Let me give credit to Jalen Hurts. I want Jalen Hurts to suck because the more he sucks, the more we have an opportunity to get a top flight receiver from the Eagles. That's what I want. I want the Eagles to fall apart.
This is about the A.J. Brown fallout.
Well, it don't have to be A.J. Brown. Whichever one of them they get away from, we want.
It's clearly A.J. Brown who wants out of it.
Boy, DeVonta Smith didn't look too happy.
The whole storyline for the year has been how much A.J. Brown hate being there.
Yeah, because now that gives clearance to DeVonta Smith to do his own thing. Now, I mean, he happy. Whichever one they get off, we want.
Winning cures a lot of ills. So
they already get the Super Bowl. Ain't nothing else to prove there.
Yeah, another one.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna get it. They know that.
The Eagles have always been, they're always sniffing around during this time period. I take the Eagles to win this game.
I take the 49ers. 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
49ers, 2 touchdowns.
That is big. So you think the Eagles are completely going to implode?
Yeah, not implode. They're going to play the way we've seen them all
season. If they lose by 2 touchdowns, that is an implosion. They're favored by 4.5. If they lose the wild card weekend at home to a banged up 49ers team by 2 touchdowns, that has to be considered an implosion. And I think if that happens, you see some fireworks on the sideline from them same 2 guys that you talk about.
That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say. All I say is we got a space for number 1 receiver.
You do.
You could be there with Drake. Drake May. Like, he could be your guy. You could be our guy. We could all be. No, let me not finish that.
Let's go to the Sunday night game.
There we go.
This is yours.
Yeah. I already have plans for it. So I'm gonna.
Patriots hosting the Chargers Sunday night at 8. Tell us the plans.
I'm gonna get the AC just at 16. Set up nice and cozy. Get the couch already, extra pillows.
You're watching at home. You need isolation.
I can't watch Patriots game. The last Patriot playoff game that I watch outside amongst people. Me and Malcolm Butler might as well have missed the game together.
Patriots, by the way, favored by 3.5 at home.
Yeah, we straight. We straight. Don't think about it. I'm going to go with the Patriots.
Playoff legacy game here for Justin Herbert.
It's not. No, don't try to make this your legacy game, Playboy.
It does have to be that for him. We just talked about what happened the last time we saw him in the playoffs. Justin Herbert has a lot of wrongs he has to right. I mean, he's been, he's been like the poster child for quarterback toughness this season, I think.
That's cool. I'm not going to buy into the hype of anything on this game. I'm going to keep it simple. The Patriots are going to win.
I think y'all win too. And never thought I would have to defend Drake May to Patriot fans, but he's elite and y'all are going to be fine. And I think y'all win this game.
See, this is what y'all is do. This is exactly what y'all is do. This the same thing y'all did the week we played Buffalo and ended up losing. Let's not talk about it. Let's keep it moving.
No.
Let's keep it moving.
We have to talk about it.
No, we don't. We get to talk about all the other games. This one, you pick the Patriots. I pick the Patriots. We can move on.
Yeah, but people are listening for insight.
There's no insight.
You are more knowledgeable on the Patriots than any other topic.
And I'm telling you,
This is what they come for.
We don't need any focus on this game. In fact, nobody else needs to watch. Nobody needs to watch. We need no added pressure.
People have to watch because people have to bet on it.
And this is where the problem comes in.
Yeah, company
because
man.
you bring that negative energy and everybody comes together and form this big spirit bomb, and then the second we win this game is going to be all the Patriot hate all over.
It's
again.
not negative energy.
It's negative energy.
I believe in them.
You do? Now let me ask you a question. If the Patriots win a Super Bowl this year, what would you say? How mad would you be?
I wouldn't be mad at all.
You would not be mad.
Mm-hmm. It's the other May brother I don't like. I cool with Drake. I don't like Luke.
Why you don't like? What did he do to you, bro?
Kentucky had a shot at the Final Four.
And what did he do?
He hit that stupid jumper from the free throw line extended in the Elite Eight, and we lost to North Carolina.
So you're telling me that pisses
that
you
team
off?
had De'Aaron Fox and Bam Adebayo. We were supposed to win.
So you're telling me the ability to watch the Patriots come back from where they were the last couple of years and win a Super Bowl before the Dolphins, that wouldn't piss you off?
I'm not a Dolphin fan, so that doesn't bother me.
I'm not saying you're a Dolphin fan.
I admire the Patriots having the ability to retool and rebuild so frequently. I admire that. Okay. I think that's something that all sports fans hope their franchise can be. More teams and more people should aspire to that kind of thing. I applaud it.
All right, just don't bring negative energy. Be good.
No negative energy. I'm taking the Patriots to win that game. I'm taking the Patriots to cover 3.5. Yeah.
But in all seriousness, I don't think this is a proven game for Justin Herbert. I think they come into this game recognizing that they have a chance. I just don't feel like the Chargers are a better team than the Patriots. Quarterback is good. I just don't think they're a better team.
No, they're not. Y'all do need the fact that y'all don't really have great edge rushers could come back to bite you though. That could hurt.
Yeah, to bring that up.
They just got to contain.
It's the negative energy we talking about.
You just got to contain. Sorry. We are analyzing. It's what we get paid to do.
Yeah, we really don't have the edge rush that we're supposed to have.
Okay, sorry. I can see the tone shifting.
Yeah, because then now I have to think about us trying to put a nickel cornerback out there to help the edge just a bit. But you have to time the blitz perfectly. We've not timed the blitz perfectly this entire year. We've relied on the fact that Drake May has the calm and the precision able to guide a game. We need that plus more on Sunday.
All right. Let's get to the final game of Wild Card Weekend. I need CJ Stroud to activate it. Anyway, I hate them so much. The Houston Texans this is another team that doesn't deserve to host a playoff game. Houston Texans on the road facing the Pittsburgh Steelers. Texans favored by 3 on the road, so the books are telling you that the Steelers are trash. The lowest total of the weekend at 39.5. I think that's at 39.5, and that is due to the fact that the Texans defense is amazing and Aaron Rodgers is no longer amazing, and the Steelers have never been amazing, and I hate them. And I'm not going to look at this objectively because they should not be in the playoffs. It should be us. I hate them. I can't believe Tyler Luke missed that kick. I can't even talk about this game objectively from a betting standpoint. I hate them. I hope they lose by 1,000. I hate them.
And after you said all that, I just got this to say. I think Pittsburgh wins.
You got to be kidding me.
I think Pittsburgh win. Like, don't get me wrong. Everything that we've seen from Aaron Rodgers this year showed me that he probably has 0 seconds left in the league. But it's just something about him and Mike Tomlin that I want to see be successful. I think Pittsburgh wins. It's just something about them two together. I don't know how.
That is how I feel about D'Amico Ryans and CJ Stroud.
Okay, bless you. But D'Amico Ryans and CJ Stroud have DK Metcalf? They don't. Who is CJ Stroud going to throw the ball to?
Let me tell you something.
Who's getting thrown the ball to?
I had DK Metcalf in fantasy. You think DK Metcalf was just out there killing it every game?
No.
Aaron Rodgers ain't throwing the ball down the field no more. This is not Green Bay Aaron Rodgers. He dinking and dunking and going to Gainwell 1,400 times.
Until Monday night. You thought the man was just saving the arm. He know he had to play in cold weeks in Pittsburgh. He know he nothing promised if he don't get it up the field this Monday. Until Monday night. You're going to see Aaron Rodgers throwing that ball 60 yards like, bro, what do you think this is, 2010? Wait on it. 49ers by 2 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball deep. This is the big weekend.
This is the best defense in the NFL.
I don't care.
You should. This is the hottest team in the NFL.
I don't care.
We talked about Jacksonville winning 8 in a row. Texans have won 9 in a row. They got it done with Davis Mills and CJ Stroud. Whoever was playing quarterback, the train just kept going. That's how D'Amico Ryans has this team going.
I may care a little bit. But still, Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball 60 yards.
They are only there because Tyler Loop missed a chip shot.
Hey, we ask our people to get to the stadium. We care that the game is happening. Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball 60 yards. Pittsburgh getting it done. I think they went on a last second field goal.
You saying this to bother me?
No, I'm just telling you. Some teams are really good at making field goals.
I feel like we could have brought Vinatieri off the couch at 60 years old, and he was going to make that kick that Tyler Loop missed.
No, because he's used to practice. Y'all get a little kid and tell him, but you got to go be great. Football tough, you know, but Aaron Rodgers
Vinatieri was doing that from the beginning of the Patriots run. What you talking about?
Different time now. Different time. Early
Same
2000.
job.
Early 2000. Come on now. Hold on.
That was in the Super Bowl.
Right.
And y'all were not favored, nowhere near being favored.
But how many big kicks did he make before the Super Bowl?
But that's my point, though. He was young, too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But everybody ain't gonna wake up and just be Adam Vinatieri. Some people have to be Tyler Luke. You see, some people have to be Tyler Luke. I just know this weekend, particularly in this Monday night game, Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna be no Tyler Luke. Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball 60 yards. The DK Metcalf, they go win.
What's your favorite game on this slate that you want?
Beyond the Patriots Chargers, my favorite game is going to be it's a toss-up. I really like this Pittsburgh game because I want to see Aaron Rodgers ball out.
I like that too because I want to see them crushed. I want to see them suffer.
No, see, that's elder abuse. Aaron Rodgers is an old man, you know. He ain't got much to go for, bro. This is all he got left.
Last week.
He did look old last week. He been saving up all the energy for this. You know how much green juice he had to drink? But beyond that, Pittsburgh...
That's not what he's drinking.
Some other things too. But beyond Pittsburgh, Houston...
I like Eagles 49ers.
I don't want to go there. I think this Bears Packers game is going to be...
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I think they're going to get the points up just like how you said. And I think Jordan Love is he's going to fall apart in the end. Not because of injuries. I just don't think he have enough to outlast the Bears.
You think the CTE's getting to him?
I know, but CTE could be something else. Green Bay is a different place, you know.
Concussions. It's a lot of them. Recap for the people... first put the company hat back on because we are going to end this talking about put the company hat back on.
Put the company back.
Bang.
There we go.
So for wildcard weekend, we may not have these amazing deals that we're going to get to, but the divisional round for the people that may have just been joining us, tell us what Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook can bring to you next week to make the divisional round even more exciting.
Yeah, so starting next week, Tuesday, we're going to introduce $10 waiver. So if you bet $20 or more, you're going to enter the win. Well, not enter the win. You're going to receive a $10 waiver if your bet loses. Again, let me repeat that. Any bet over $20, if it loses, you're going to receive a $10 bonus bet. You're going to be able to go right back and try again. In addition to that, in the divisional round, we're also going to launch our NFL playoff jackpots. So any bets placed during the NFL divisional round, you enter a chance to win a jackpot. It could be instantaneous. Probably that first bet you place could be the one. It could be the seventh bet you place. It could be the one. So just get out there and enjoy the moment. And then right after that, we're going to have all our Super Bowl parlay challenges going. That's the week of the Super Bowl, of course. And then right after the Super Bowl, on Monday, February 9th, we're going to launch our NBA Live weekly tournaments. That's going to allow persons to climb the leaderboard and get extra money, starting at $500. We're giving up to $1,000 for first through fifth. So tremendous amount of things coming up on the radar for EWL.
There's a lot going on, so y'all stay locked into the Accredited. We will keep you up to date. We will tell you how you can continue to win with Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook. Keep rocking with us over the course of forever, but especially over the course of the NFL playoffs, because there's going to be a lot that we're going to bring to you, and we still got a lot of plans for the Super Bowl still left on the table. So listen, find ways to win, and we're going to help you win. Most of all, listen to the takes, because that's what you're really here for, right? Yeah, that's what you're here for. Okay. That's been the Accredited. This is 10YS. See y'all next week. Some fans watch. Real fans play. Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook turns every match, every shot, every score into your moment.